Live on 5 News and streaming on 5 Plus, this is a weather impact alert.
Well, without a doubt, look at that. The winter weather is back, and we are expecting the impact to last a few days this time, with the temperatures dropping to dangerously cold levels this week.
Yeah, we're taking a live look out over I-49 in Rogers right now. We'll have an update from ARDOT on road crews working around the clock and through the night into tomorrow morning to hopefully improve the roads as best they can, coming up in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us. I'm Darren Bobb.
And I'm Alexandra Burnley. 5 News Chief Meteorologist Scott Covert has the latest. Scott, does it still look like this will all wind down around midnight?
Around midnight, maybe shortly thereafter for parts of the River Valley. Here's what we're looking at out there right now. Everything's snow. Boy, it took a long time for everything to transition, but now we are looking at predominantly snow across the area. Northwest Arkansas, it's light, but it's steady. We can expect upwards of an additional inch of whatever's out there right now. Now we get into the River Valley, things have been quiet. That forecast did not evolve as according to plan, but it is nonetheless snowing. Road conditions quickly deteriorating across the River Valley. That's where we have these brighter blues right now. That's those heavier snow bands moving into the area. So expect that to continue to pick up the further east it goes. We look off towards the west and there's not a lot behind this. So this is likely our last batch of snow. In Northwest Arkansas, where we've seen a considerable amount, roads are terrible out there. I'll show you the road map here in just a couple of seconds. Light snow, Benton County, a little bit more moderate from Fayetteville, points off towards the south. We'll check in with the storm chaser in Fayetteville here in a few minutes. In the River Valley, things are picking up in Clarksville, Paris. Things are quiet at the moment. You got some snow showers pushing your direction. That's all going to be tracking off towards the east. Now in Waldron, Poteau, haven't had a whole lot yet. Looks like we're probably getting a pretty good burst of something falling right there in Poteau, probably snow, and that also pushing off towards the east to southeast. I wanted to show you those road conditions. This map shows all blue in pretty much north of Interstate 40. That's going to be snow-covered roadways. Things are a little bit more tricky in the River Valley. We had some of that freezing rain, a little bit of sleet, some snow for a long time. That windshield wiper effect continued, and eventually temperatures dropped below freezing. So we have a thin layer of ice on those state highways, those secondary side streets, the interstates. But now that the snow's moving in, it's on top of those that thin layer of ice. So you see some mix there in portions of the River Valley. Look at these temperatures. My, oh my. 8 in Bentonville. We're at 24. Fort Smith, 18 currently in Sallisaw, 25 in Clarksville, 12 your number in Springdale, 28 balmy degrees in Heavener this evening. Weather impact alert now is going to shift to those dangerously cold temperatures that are only going to get colder in the days to come. We're talking about wind chill values across parts of the area as low as -20. We'll have a look at that forecast and when you can expect some warmer weather, which, get this, really isn't too far away. Coming up in your new 10-day forecast.
Well, our 5 News Storm Chaser is out there taking it slow on the roads.
Yep, forecaster Joshua Weisel is joining us now from the passenger seat of the 5 News Storm Chaser, and you're heading through the campus, it looks like, right now.
Yeah, and we're headed through Dixon Street right now. As you can see, this winter weather is not really stopping a whole lot of people. On campus, we've seen a lot of sledding activity, and then as you can see, there's people walking their dogs, there's people headed out, walking around, just enjoying the snow. So it's not stopping people from walking around. If you're headed out tonight, please bundle up. It is going to be dangerously cold as the night progresses, single digits, and then those negative wind chills in addition to that precipitation that is still falling. So just keep that in mind. We're still watching the roads. Roads are still slick in some areas, so I wouldn't recommend driving if you're in a 2-wheel drive car, just because we've seen so many of these cars struggle to make it up the hill, just struggle to get any sort of traction. 4-wheel drive, it's a little bit better in terms of the traction on the roadways, but even then, we're still seeing some issues even with some of those 4-wheel drive cars. So keeping an eye on the roads. Like I said, if you're planning to be out this evening, please bundle up, limit your exposure, just because we are going to have those dangerously low temperatures as the night progresses. And if you have to get out, if you absolutely have to, take it slow, take it easy, and just make sure that you're making sure that yourself is safe when you're out on the road. So that's an update from us. Let's send it back to the studio.
All right, Joshua, thanks. Our team coverage continues now. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer, she's in Fort Smith, where a wintry mix began falling this afternoon. So, Lauren, how are things out there tonight right now?
Here in Fort Smith, we didn't see a bulk of that winter weather too early in the day on Tuesday, but local leaders say they were prepared to handle any ice, sleet, or snow Mother Nature threw at them. For anyone who needs to drive, Fort Smith city crews have been pre-treating the roads since Sunday.
They first focused on the bridges and overpasses and hills, but they were even doing residential areas today.
They used a salt brine mix to prepare and will move to sand salt once accumulation is on the roads. Josh Bufink with the city says there weren't many road issues in the area during the storm in January. They're hoping the same can be said for this one.
Our crews know how to handle storms like this. They work extremely hard and they make sure our roadways stay safe, and that was evidenced in the last storm that we had. We were able to get to not just our major roadways, but able to plow our residential roadways.
And if anyone needs shelter, Hope Campus is also ready to welcome anyone who doesn't have a warm place to stay.
But this will be completely full tonight. Anything that's below 32 degrees, we open our doors. We open our TV room.
By midday Tuesday, the shelter already had almost 50 people filling their space.
We bring in mats and blankets, pillows. The community's been very good to us with donations for all that as well. Sometimes we even hand out socks and just make sure everybody has got what they need.
Making sure to make the most of the cold temperatures with some games.
We provide them with a sense of hope. You know, they can come in and get a good place to stay and get a good meal and a place to sleep at night instead of being out in the cold and freezing.
We serve anywhere on a normal day between 400 and 500 people or meals per day. So when the inclement weather hits, we had, that number doubles.
And they'll continue to serve as temperatures keep dropping.
Just a reminder that our doors are open. Yeah, we're here.
Sebastian County Emergency Management says road crews were out all morning into midday pre-treating the roads, and they have another crew out tonight. So if you do see them out in the roads, just make sure to be careful. In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
Dave Parker with ARDOT joining us now as we take a live look over I-49 in Weddington. And Dave, those snowplow drivers going to be out there all night and into the morning, right?
Yeah, those drivers are only 4 hours into their shift. They still have 8 hours to go. So a very long and cold night for them. Some of the unsung heroes of ARDOT, that's for sure. Cold night, the low temperatures now will become the big problem. We're able to plow a little bit, and some of our materials were working as they should have, but now we're shifting over some places to sand, salt, and calcium chloride to really get down to as close to the pavement as we can. But 10 degrees out there, 5 degrees, it's hard to fight.
I was going to say, can you even make a dent when it's this cold?
A small dent, if you want to call it a dent. We make a run, we plow. Earlier today, the rock salt was working as it's supposed to. It was activating and kind of breaking through, creating that slush. But at the time we would come back and make another run, that slush was frozen and the temperature had dropped 5, 6, 7 degrees. So it's a very slow. I don't know if we're winning or just staying even, but I'll take even right now.
All right, Dave Parker joining us as he has pretty much all afternoon. Dave, thank you so much for being there, and we'll visit with you probably sometime tomorrow. All right, now check this out, and we talked about this earlier today. Oklahoma Highway Patrol posting a clip from one of their snow plows getting sideswiped by an 18-wheeler this morning. Just another reminder to watch out for crews when they are out working, especially overnight tonight. OHP says they ended up working a crash a little later involving the same 18-wheeler when the driver crashed into the center barrier wall. My goodness.
Not good. Well, a lot of schools already closed for tomorrow. Bentonville, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Rogers, Springdale, Van Buren, all having snow days. You can scan the QR code on the bottom right to see the full list. In Oklahoma, several districts having a virtual learning day tomorrow. They include Roland, Pecola, Poto, Sallisaw, and Spiro. Snow days for college students are always the most fun. No classes, just a time to grab your friends and go play in the snow. 5 News reporter Parker Abels is live with us after his day hanging out with some U of A students. Parker, did you get a little nostalgic, feeling like you were back in college?
Yeah, Alexandra, for sure. And usually when I'm outside Razorback Stadium, it's for a football game. Well, Today technically is no different because I had a pretty epic snow football game with some students who were out and about enjoying their day in the snow.
Blue 80, ready to go!
Students on campus decided to take advantage of their day off.
We're just tossing the old pigskin around a little bit, trying to have some fun in this cold weather that we don't get that often.
When the week started, a lot of people had tests, but we got this blessing. School got canceled. Now everyone's just happy, having a good time, hanging out.
We figured heavy snow, might as well get outside and play in it.
And some even decided to break out some makeshift sleds.
Claire picked these off of the boxes from her moving day, but they've been pretty good. They've worked, but we just tried someone's up there, they're like actual sled, and it was a lot really better. Fast. And we went like halfway through the parking lot.
Days like this are even more special for students further south who don't get this kind of weather often.
I'm from Houston, Texas, so this is like one of my first snow days I've ever had in my life. I mean, this is awesome.
Well, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm obviously not used to this at all. Whenever they like say it's snowing, it's normally just ice on the roads.
I'm from St. Francisville, Louisiana. I was really excited to wake up this morning and actually see, like, this is like a blizzard to me.
I mean, we're from Texas, so there's not a lot of snow there, so when it snows here, we have to go enjoy it.
And Paul Shields hopes they get another one tomorrow for business reasons.
I'm praying. I got a survey calc test tomorrow. But you don't think so?
No, I said I would think it is. I hope it is.
Haven't studied yet, so I would love for that test to be canceled.
That's normal for him.
Oh, yeah? Thanks, Riley.
But when dinner time rolled around, it was just about staying warm.
Besides just hanging out and catching up, I think maybe get some good food in us, stay warm, just enjoy the weather.
Yeah, we got some chicken tortilla soup tonight.
We're having chicken tortilla soup?
Big night for us.
Big night.
And at the end of the day, nothing beats hanging out with your pals.
If it's a sunny day, if it's a cold day, rain, sleet, or snow, the boys are ready to go.
Yeah, what a line there, first of all. And Paul Shields is going to be pretty excited to find out that the U of A campus is closed tomorrow. So that means no calculus test for Mr. Shields. Live from the University of Arkansas, covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.